What is up, guys? How have you been? I am so sorry I've been gone. I just been crazy busy with school, and you know what? Too long of a story. But I'm back for you to start my new thing. So, thank you. No one likes you. No one likes you. So, like I said, let's start a new thing. I've been figuring out what I want to do with the channel and how to make it better for everybody. And so what I decided to do now is I'm going to do a kind of weekly show with some different options for everybody. So on Monday, obviously, today is Me, Myself, and I Mondays. And on Wednesday, I'm going to move to what I'm calling Drawing with Friends on Wednesday. And essentially what I'll do on those days is I'll host like a little mini drawing competition. Maybe one of you guys can actually jump in on it. So, but essentially what it is we will come up with the theme, and then I'll record ourselves drawing it, and then I'll edit it up, and we can watch us draw. And the reason why I'm doing this is because that is one big thing that I notice is a lack of, seeing the actual way that people draw things. You know, how do other people think of ideas, or what's their creative process, or do they have problems drawing a certain thing? Like, I know I have a problem drawing hands, so you get to figure out and see me do it, and you might actually get to see my friends do it, and they might draw it better. But I feel that's something that you guys can do and really enjoy to watch. And then also what I'm thinking about doing is rocking on Fridays a fan art Friday. And on those days what I'll be doing is the thing that I usually don't do, but I'll be drawing fan art. So I'll draw superheroes in my own little style. But I think also I'll be drawing like some YouTubers, maybe some famous YouTubers or some Viners, and so you can actually see me draw real, very real things, and also what we love so much, our nerdiness. But just let me know if you think that's a good idea. So like I said, Mondays will be Me, Myself, and I Mondays. Wednesdays will be Drawing with Friends, and on Friday we'll do Fan Art Fridays. So let me know. But let's jump into this video. So what you see me drawing in the background is actually I'm drawing page 8 of my comic. And what it is, it's where DeAndre, his 26-year-old, it's where his 26-year-old self is going to go visit the graveyard where his sister and now mother are buried. And I think that's going to be really kind of cool for you guys, because you're going to be the readers, and I really want you guys to feel really involved in this story. Not only is it a detective story, but I also want you to feel like you know some things that the actual character does not, which happens a lot. That's how stories are usually told. But at the same time, there are some clues in the book that I purposely put that you'll have to figure out, or it'll be revealed later on that I actually told you about earlier. And I like to play to that effect. So, like I said, in this one, DeAndre's visiting the graveyard of his sister and his mom, and I had that tree that is like symbolic of where his sister is buried, so it's a landmark for you guys so you know where it is. For all my artists, my aspiring artists wondering why I'm doing that, is for readers, you have to give them a object or a location that helps them figure out where and what's taking place, and is this the same place, or did you just change location, so they don't get lost. That's the beauty of being a comic artist or a sequential artist. You have to know how to tell the story in a way that if you turn to the page, you can easily pick up on it, and that you don't kind of get lost in translation. But like I said, you have to have landmarks in there and figure out. So that's what I'm doing right here. This is the thumbnails. I'm trying to figure out what I want, how I want the page to kind of be set up, and also I'm trying to figure out the character's personality. If you see in this one, I'm flipping back and forth because I'm reading through the other pages just to make sure that the flow of it all makes sense, and how I want it to read when it does tell the story to you as you're reading it. So I'm setting up a certain part in the book right here, and I kind of want to tell you really bad what happens, but I can't, because that would defeat the whole purpose of me trying to get this book out there, right? But I will tell you a little bit what's going on. Essentially, like I said, DeAndre is visiting the graveyard of where his sister is, right? Well, and the next page is one that I'm starting to draw right now, It's where the old man, the 52-year-old, is doing the exact same thing. You guessed it, it's identical because it's the same person. And so maybe that's just my own personal thing, but I think it's a cool little niche to do in a story to keep you guys kind of entertained. Be like, oh, it's the same story being told just in different lifetimes, but in the same panel of sequential flow. And you know, that's a cool thing that I think a lot of aspiring artists, you know, don't get. You have to make sure that your pages have a certain set flow, and if you can, try to be creative with it. Try to set it up so a way that actually gets the reader involved and makes them start thinking about what you're doing and why you're laying out this page this way. So yeah, try to switch it up. Yeah. So like I said, I'm still drawing this tree. This tree's the landmark. You got to keep it in the book. You got to make sure it's set. And if you notice what I'm drawing right here, it's like a pre-tail, and I'll tell you why I did this. So if you see, I'm going back and I'm drawing the face of young DeAndre looking off and up to the lightning that is now going to be coming towards him to strike him. And I'm doing this because I'm going to set up that this is happening not just to his younger self, but also it's going to happen to his self when he's obviously 26 and 52, because this lightning is essentially the point that connects all of them together, and it makes them into this kind of wushu person. I don't want to tell you what they become, but it turns them into this person that has these abilities that pretty much jumpstarts the whole entire story of how, you know, they're able to communicate with each other. So I made sure I put that in there, and I was actually going to not put it in there, but I realized you need that in there so it's kind of tells you, you know, the reader, and also for us, the artist, to know like, oh man, okay, so he's looking up in the same location every time, so it makes you think like, is it the same timeline? Because if it is the same timeline, then why didn't this happen before? Why is it just happening now? But in this page, I have the 3 eyes. So I'm going to do, you know, kind of faded out shot of young DeAndre, closer shot of 26-year-old, and then a really close-up shot. Actually, it's going to be on the eyes. I said the mouth, but on the eyes of the older one. And he's going to say a phrase right there, and then he gets struck by lightning. And as you can see, what I'm trying to do right here, I'm trying to plan out if I want to have like a silhouette form of them getting struck by lightning to kind of symbolize that, you know, these are 3 different people, but this lightning is traveling all through each of them, as I've been saying. And the reason why for that is lightning always finds the fastest route to the ground, right? But lightning also jumps where it has to jump to get to the ground. And now, since it's connecting all of them, and they're all the same person, now they're getting grounded together in the same bit. And, you know, that's essentially it. So, I'm not going to bore you too much, but that was essentially what I was thinking about doing for these thumbnails. As you guys just saw, I just was working on the thumbnails, trying to get them all planned out together, and trying to make sure that they all make sense. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it is one of the hardest things to do as a comic artist, and I'm starting to learn this, to make sure that your panels make sense. But it's even harder to draw the panels right if you don't plan it out and if you don't thumbnail. So thumbnail saves your life. It gets you in the mindset of how you want your page to be laid out. And as you can see, I drew a thumbnail of a certain scene, and it kind of came out like this, and then I drew it again, and it has some of the similarities of it, but it's also very different. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to make sure that, you know, the page actually told the story the way it needs to be told. But I would have never been able to come up with that idea if I never thumbnailed it. And now that I'm older and learning my ways, thumbnailing is actually, they always say it, but do it. It's maybe time consuming, and it may be annoying, but it will save you in the end. So do it, and that's about it, guys. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. You people are amazing, and always stay nerdy. And on Wednesday, I'll try to get a new video out for you guys of drawing with friends. And then on Friday, I'll try to do some fan art. Since it is the launch of the new Marvel, maybe I'll do the Invincible Iron Man or one of the all-new characters. let me know. Alright guys, stay nerdy. I hope to see you soon.
No one likes you. No one likes you.